Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, July 6th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. A Palm Coast man faces life in prison on molestation charges. Amy Cherry has the story.
60-year-old James Harris is accused of entering his stepdaughter's room and exposing himself, Sheriff Rick Staley.
Fortunately, the stepdaughter was smart and recorded the activity. Our detectives jumped on the case quickly and made an arrest within 48 hours of the crime being reported. This is a disgusting pervert, and he's now where he belongs, in the Green Roof Inn.
Harris was arrested Thursday. He's being held without bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Flagler County has a new interim administrator. Heidi Petito took over for Jerry Cameron, whose final day was officially on Saturday. With his retirement scheduled just ahead of the holiday weekend, Cameron says the county is in good hands, adding Petito brings institutional knowledge to the position.
Heidi is just incredible. She's got all the history of this county. She is a problem solver. She's engaged. She cares about the county. She's talented and just a great fit.
Cameron's number 2 guy, Jorge Salinas, was also up for the job, but ultimately determined he would be better suited remaining in the chief of staff position.
Jorge is a data guy. He's great for long-term planning, strategic planning. Heidi is let's get it solved, let's get it done type person, and it's a great fit for handling day-to-day issues and long-term planning. I predict Heidi will do far better things than I ever did.
Cameron says he leaves behind a great culture, and while Petito's management style will be different, her mission and objective remain the same. An Orange City man is accused of stealing expensive construction equipment. Deputies say 23-year-old James Perkins stole $20,000 worth of equipment from a site at US 1 and Matanzas Woods Parkway last week. Sheriff Rick Staley.
Unknown to the suspect, the construction site had placed a game camera that gave us a good photo of the suspect's vehicle. Using our technology, we were then able to track the suspect down and identify him.
Deputies say a victim arranged for a meetup with Perkins to get some of their equipment back, but also called in backup. He was arrested on the spot. When questioned, he told deputies he stole the equipment because he needed money. Perkins faces burglary, grand theft, and trespassing charges and is being held on $20,000 bond. Flagler County third graders are overachieving in state assessments. For the first time in 2 years, third grade students took part in the state tests, and Flagler's third graders scored above average on the English and language arts portion of the standardized test. 59% of area third graders scored a level 3 or higher on the reading test. Flagler School Superintendent Kathy Middlestat commended the students and their educators.
I have to commend all the efforts moving forward. We were above the state average, and so that is something that we need to celebrate.
Third graders surpassed the state average by 5 percentage points, though their scores did fall 9 points from 2019. Middlestat says the dip was expected due to the lack of in-person learning tied to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We also were very deliberate in our spring efforts to target students who we felt were slipping, and we already have those students engaged in our summer acceleration programs. I feel real confident that we're going to be able to help those kids come back in August to be on grade level and have a successful year.
Health professionals say that not having good physical health can affect your mental health. That's the example from Dr. Hussam Adine from Excellence Health in Daytona Beach. He said on a recent episode of Lifeline that how well a person's physical being operates affects their outlook.
The patient, with time, they will start having memory loss, and the memory loss will make them anxious. It sometimes makes them depressed because they don't have the ability to do things that they used to do.
Dr. Adine said both hypertension and high blood pressure and diabetes can cause these issues. He said that diabetes can also affect the heart, kidneys, brain, and the vision. Dr. Adine goes on to tell us that COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and congestive heart failure are 2 other physical issues that can cause mental stress. He said that a person with COPD might be anxious because they cannot catch their breath.
When we address these chronic medical issues in our office and in our practice, we always look for the mental effect of these chronic disease on the patient.
You can listen to Lifeline, where we spoke with Dr. Adine on Saturday mornings at 9, right here on WNZF, or listen to the podcast on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, nurse practitioner Sarah Schiffman talks about what caregivers of patients with chronic conditions are going through. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.